Hi guys, it's Adam from MiVote. Very important quick chat today. We've been inundated with emails and social media messages asking whether and why not MiVote will run a same-sex marriage digital plebiscite in Australia, given everything that's going on in our existing political landscape. And I'm going to explain to you why we're not going to do that. First and foremost, as all of you know, MiVote is about a non-binary, non-adversarial, destinational conversation. And so the yes, no, do you support, don't you support doesn't really fit in with our model. And it doesn't mean that we don't think the conversation needs to take place, and it doesn't mean that we don't think this issue needs to be resolved. It just means that this is a binary black and white conversation, and that's not what MiVote is about. Secondly, and much more importantly than the first point that I just made, we also don't believe that we should be having a vote on whether or not human rights should be applied to everybody equally. Two of the underlying fundamental values of MiVote, which is very transparent, you can see it on the website, mivote.org.au, go and have a browse for yourself, is where we're centred and focused by this idea of meritocracy and equality of opportunity. And when you start from those places that says within a democracy every person is equal and every voice and vote is equal, that it stands to reason that you don't need to ask some people if other people are equal. And so one of the things that we have a problem with is this idea that we need to thrash out a conversation about what is ultimately a humanitarian right. The reality is that within a community, within a democracy, everybody deserves the right to be the same as everybody else in terms of the opportunity and the starting place. There shouldn't be some laws that apply for some people and laws that apply to other people. And just like I don't want, and you know, our friends like Tony Abbott, who is doing everything he can to make a mess of this whole conversation. Just as he wants religious freedom to be able to believe the things that he wants to believe, and he deserves religious freedom, equally gay people deserve the right to marry whoever they want. Those rights are not, they're not flexible and fluid enough that they are appropriate for some people as a standard, but not appropriate for other people as a standard. So we either believe that everybody has religious freedom and everybody has freedom of speech and everybody has freedom to be who they are in this community, or we don't. And the moment you start deciding that some people are more equal than others is when we get into the mess that we have now. So MiVote isn't going to buy into that debate. We want, whatever the outcome, that it be a position that ends up with equality for all. That's not a movement position, that's a fundamental value of a democracy. And we hope you understand why we're not going to be getting into this. Thanks.